Yo, what's happening guys? Welcome back to Tokimotive. Alright, so obviously this is future Toki talking, doing the intro because a lot of stuff got missed while in the process of getting ready for Matsuri, but here's another chapter of the massive push that it was to get there. And I know I'm very behind on editing still, but life's chaos at the moment, so my bad on that, but it is what it is and I'm trying to get things out as quick as possible. But sit back, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you at the end. So I've lost my voice for some reason, I don't know why, but Berto got basically the whole engine assembled in terms of long block, all assembled in a day, which was in one night, which is pretty impressive. Alex and I put the box back together, which now has all of its gears, and hopefully that's meant never replace that bearing, but there's no real movement in that selector shaft anyway. We just got rid of the loose floating bits of the bearing, and they'll have to do it. Got some more done on the motor, thermostat in, a few other little bits and pieces. We've got a driller thing for the trigger, cam trigger to pick up. We've got the crank trigger already set up on there, fresh pumps, everything. We've just cleaned off the surfaces for the intake plenum. Giving this a full flush out. Same with the Plasma Man top half. That was full of oil and pieces of piston. So definitely needed to clean that out. And if you can see, Cat played around with some screen printing and made me a Tokimotive shirt. I like it. I'm really keen to make some merch and stuff like that. Seeing the channel name on a shirt's pretty good. I enjoy it. I'm not sure if I want to run my old oil cooler. Like my chances that there's nothing in it. But I'm also out of money. So I've got to work out what I'm doing with that. But I've also got to pull off all the intercooler piping, seeing as how far through this plenum and everything pieces of piston went. I don't trust that they haven't gone back through into the cooler piping and are just hanging out, chilling down on the intercooler or in the piping, waiting to just suck right in. So I'll have to pull all that of it out and clean it up. But I've got the new clutch is all rebuilt, flywheel's machined, all that stuff's ready to go. I'm just poking along with the fiddly bits, like it's tedious, and it's currently Saturday night. I'm hoping to have it running this weekend so that I was hoping to have it in, ready for me to start wiring up the trigger kit tonight, but I don't know how well that's going to go. But I want to have it running by the end of this weekend so I can spend some time bedding in the clutch and getting the chin in before Matsuri. But got lots to do, limited phone space, so because I've got 2 videos to edit. You'll have seen them already by the time you see this one, but yeah, that is what it is. So it's nothing too hectically interesting happening right now, so I'm just going to keep poking along with it and get this ready to drop in and go. I need this car running so I can tune it and get everything bedded in and run in properly. So just going to keep working. Big massive push. I'm tired as hell, but it is what it is. May caffeine carry me through this. And sure, blind, dumb determination. Whew. Whew. Serious motor. More of my voice back today, and I'm feeling a bit more energized. I have to catch up on sleep from this motor getting put together in one evening after work. So, when I originally ported this head and got it skimmed, one thing I didn't check. I'm guessing I didn't check all of the stud holes for the exhaust side because one is destroyed. Yeah, it's not very good. Got a helicoil kit, and there's also the potential on taking the whole intake plenum off, which is what I spent most of yesterday doing, getting all that on mint and set up and transferring exhaust studs, which was actually a nightmare. I'm getting little bits of bolt-ons on, but I didn't realise that we hadn't put that little bolt in there yet. And they're not just a locator, they're also for helping keep the water galleries on the edge sealed. So I might have to pull that off and undo half my work from yesterday, which is awesome. Big push ahead. It's currently 11 o'clock. I had to go to the shops and get helicool kit and a new air filter because mine got toasted big time. I guess engine puking out fire and then throwing rods will do that to you. You can see through it very badly. Whoopsie. And it's still looking in a sorry state with no wheel bearings. Yay. For some reason, intercooler smells like an old ashtray. Don't know why. Well, that's it for tonight. Top part of the trigger kit on the shelf and sensors and stuff, but clutch on, little dab of Loctite on flywheel and pressure plate, gearbox ready to go to put back on, and gave all my intercooler piping, which I really need to get fabbed into like actual pieces, not just cobbled together crap, but anyway. And intercoolers had a flush. Flushed out all the oil and pieces of piston. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go in, get ready for bed for work tomorrow, and hopefully the stars align that I can get this thing at least in, ready to wire up the trigger kit and everything tomorrow night. But see how it goes. It's not too much more that needs to be done before it goes in, but I gotta give the engine bay a bit of a clean up because it's got extinguisher dust and oil in places because, you know, rods exited the block, that kind of happens. But yeah, anyways, that's it for tonight, so see you tomorrow. Alright, nearly out of phone storage because I have so many unedited videos. I really need to get myself an editor, but I don't really have the funding to pay an editor yet. So if only I had a homie that was like really good at editing. But editing is not that fun. But anyway, nearly full up on storage on every camera, but is what it is. It's time for me to do the part of the G&T Performance trigger kit, which Berto set the bottom part up. The top part's sitting up on the shelf, just up there. But I've got to drill and tap like a M6 bolt into one of these so that the top trigger has a pickup point. Because I don't have a verniered gear, I can't just go and extend a thing, which is annoying, but it is what it is. But drill and tap and put a bolt out, give it 1 mil of clearance, and then that'll be the Wagon with a full trigger kit, which I still got to wire it up once it gets in the car and everything like that, but I just need to get this in there. I've got so much to do. So much to do, and there's currently, as of right now, 10 days left till matsuri, and it's 5 o'clock something in the afternoon, and I have to work still, and somehow edit, which I don't know how it's going to happen, but should have drill it straight.
Drill it straight when your drill's like...
Look straight on the camera. The drill's not straight. This is why you're drilling it, because I don't trust my eyes. Maybe down a touch. You didn't drill it straight.
Yes, I.
I thought my nervous system was fried before Rayleigh. I didn't take a break after Rayleigh. It just rolled on to more. Now been going for another month. This is either gonna make me incredibly resilient or break me. I'm not sure which. Seeing as I'm out of storage space, let's just... Somehow, I've kind of done it. May have slightly gently dropped the motor once. Just once. Got the engine mounts hooked up, but I didn't think about how I'm connecting gearbox mount and stuff with it. Just wanted to go beep. So, modern problems require modern solutions. Probably not great for that bracket, but it's just got to hold long enough to get a gearbox mount on, and then it's good. Alright, it's in. I've got a heap, an absolute ton of work to do still. It's like, yeah, I've got no time, but I'm going to make it happen. I am super freaking hot at the moment. I've just been watching the video of Jimmy Oakes at the Canada LZ World Tour, and honestly seeing him do it, because he gets all choked up and kind of gets in his own head a lot, which I do as well. I'm really bad for it, even at fun events. Seeing the way he killed that lead run, everything like that, I don't know. And I've been thinking more about trying to move to a competitive space next year, have a go at it. So, and I'm kind of starting to gear like motor package and stuff like that towards that. So, seeing that, it's just got, even though I'm absolutely wrecked, my nervous system's shot, I'm just tired constantly, no matter how much sleep I get at the moment. I'm just running flat. But that's just picked me up. So I've got to pop the tail shaft out, get it actually into the gearbox, because I did solo and I couldn't do a little sneaky lineup as we were putting it in, well, as I was putting it in. And then basically everything. And still got to wire up the trigger kit yet. I've got to look up the sensors and the way that they're wired and sort of how the Heltec's going to want to receive them. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but it's good. Making progress, and it's going to move to being proper good car. Where I am at now, I've just got to make matsuri and then make sure, get everything as dialed as I can, and bring the ruckus through. So I'm gonna get cracking into it. It is what it is. I'm just mad time crunch and basically a one-man show at the moment. So it's just got to do what I can do and make it to the event so I can drive. Lambo Dad, QR Matsuri 2023. Let's go. Making some progress. Got a bunch of stuff connected up here. Still got a bunch of wires loose. I'm leaving them off until I get the head drain on. But I'm doing the trigger kit before I do the head drain so that it's not wrapping around and in my way. And then I can work out how I'm securing everything so nothing interferes with anything or grabs, because now we've got more stuff like this little rotating dog right here. That's the pickup for the trigger. Got 1 mil clearance there. Checked it with a feeler gauge. Future Toki just chiming in here. If you're running the same kit or got to do a similar sort of pickup thing for whatever trigger kit you run, just make sure that that bolt can be picked up by a magnet. So not stainless steel, not alloy, but I don't think there's many alloy bolts out there, but it has to be a ferrous metal. Anything that's non-ferrous and you can't pick it up with a magnet is not going to work, because that sensor uses magnetic pulse as it passes past to pick it up. So if it's not magnetic, trigger kit won't work, and you'll be wondering why the hell you've got no trigger signal despite setting it to the proper 1 mil gap. So remember that if you're doing it as well. And then we got the trigger down the bottom there. They're both 3 wire. So I'm going to say they are both Hall effect sensors. So your Hall effect ones are 3, and your reluctor types are just 2 pins. So they must be all Hall effects. We've got our... This is something I love about Haltech. Full pin out stuff to do with their harnesses. Love it. Love it. And I've got enough that I'm not going to have to extend this loom any, and this is going to be able to reach here without being an issue. Well, whichever one this is. I forget which one's going where, but I'm going to work that out. And yeah, slowly making progress. Tail shaft's also hooked up. Got throttle cable, everything's all tucked away, neater than ever before. That coil's out because I'll have to run a lead to that so I can set my timing, because my timing light's dumb and I can't use the trigger wire for it to pick up. But I've got a little method I use for that, just an old lead plugged in, looped around, boop, and then I can read my signal there. I also don't have the balancer on in case, depending on where I want to actually route this trigger kit wiring. Just sort of figured it'd be easier without any of that in the way. I'm running out of time, and I've basically got this weekend, because I need the next week dedicated just to editing, tuning, and getting my other stuff ready. Like, I haven't even got tires fit up or nothing yet. I'm roll from one hectic drift prep to another, but I need seat time. I need to be on track. I want to drive. I'm missing it so much already, and it's only been like a month since I drove. Lots to do. It's going to be a big weekend, going to be a big couple of weeks. Let's go. Trigger kit's all nice and wired up. Deutsch plug there, whatever that plug is, all that in properly. Wire for the crank triggers running just up here. Nice and neat. Got my equalizer line. Equalizes pressure from head to sump. This thing should have pretty good oil control. I just wish I had a big baffled sump, but the budget is only so big. So a little bit more to go. Cooler piping, all that. And I got to make one of these fans fit, because the viscous fan will clip this. I could space it out, and I'd have room to space it, but then I'm also still going to be hanging out nice and close to these wires and stuff, which I don't really want to do. And this sort of just sits nice and neat. Alright guys, cutting kind of short again, but everything's sort of jumping around and chopped up and all over the place, and it has made editing a nightmare to get anything to sort of make sense. But I am slowly getting through it, and because as of right now, it is the Christmas holidays. So I'm going to be spending a significant amount of this time just trying to catch up on content and get everything out. So I've got everything edited and sorted and basically all caught up. So I can roll into this new year with nice free phone storage and camera storage ready to go, so that I can just start cranking along on the projects and the content and just generally trying to get my life and everything back on track, which at some point I'll sort of probably say what's going on, but things have been crazy and everything's sort of upside down right now and back to front, and everything just feels weird and life is strange, and I sort of don't know what to do with myself. But it is what it is, and I'm going to try and keep pushing through and hopefully get some sort of semblance of schedule and balance back in my life. But for now, I've just got to keep struggling through and get going and do things that make me feel good, which is this. So yeah, thank yous for watching. I appreciate yous as always. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see yous on the next one. Peace.